ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, ओम ओम। ओम की इस मधुर ध्वनि से किया परिवर्तन। प्रेम शांति सिखा के बदला सभी का जीवन। आदि देव प्रजापिता श्री बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों। ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, ओम ओम। सोहनी सूरत मोहनी मूरत ज्ञान के मोती, भव्य मुख पर चंद्रमासी चमकती ज्योति, दिव्य दर्शन दिव्य वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम विश्व में थी पाप की जब घटा छाई, तब विभूति आप जैसी धरती पे आई, एक तार में बंध के सारे बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning. Today Bap Dada, through his elevated versions which were spoken during Sakar Baba's time, explains to us the intoxication and the qualities required of a higher, what would be the self-respect of such a soul. So Baba explains these things. The most significant aspect There is always a praise of various types of happiness. Of course, we receive happiness from the body, mind, then wealth, and of course of a longer lifespan. Whereas one happiness which is not received in those three worlds, or which is not received at any other point in the entire cycle, it's only received at that confluence stage, that is the super sensuous joy. What do you mean by super sensuous joy? That happiness which is not dependent on any of the organs of the body. Sometimes we receive happiness through the organs, that is, we see something, we receive that happiness. Sometimes we listen happiness through ears, through mouth. Whereas that super sensuous joy, the happiness of forging the relationships with the Supreme Soul and the Supreme Soul's love, that is only received at a very short time. That's the confluence age, is the time of that. So Baba says in today's Murli that Baba just explains the sign of the one who becomes the master of the world. What's the sign of the one who will become the master of the world? Can anyone just say? Brush me, brother. Baba, of course, makes the master of the world. What's the sign? What's that one sign? Who says? Of course, you are close to the correct one, but even your it's not audible. Baba said, the one who becomes the master of the world, they don't remember anyone apart from Baba. They don't remember any bodily being. They forge all the relationships with Baba. They just see the entire world in Baba. And they receive all types of happiness from one Baba. So Baba says, this is the sign. I was just recalling one of the incidents where a group of mothers, that group was in front of Avyakt Bap Dada, and they were just having that conversation. That was the topic. What's the key to find solutions for all kinds of problems? A mother said, Baba is the key. So Baba asked them, so do you lose the key? They were just smiling. Of course, Baba, we lose sometimes, we forget sometimes. Of course, we forget. So they were just smiling. So Baba told them that Baba would give them that keychain where you can. What's that keychain? That is forging all relationships with Baba. So when you just put Baba's the key that is of Baba also, if you include in that keychain, then you will not forget. You can remember Baba in all relationships or the roles that he plays. So Baba just gives clarity about these aspects, and let's listen to Baba's direct, sweet, elevated versions. Today's date is 18th June, and the essence is, sweet children, in order to experience super sensuous joy, maintain constantly the awareness of whose children you are. Whose children we are. If you forget the Father, your happiness will disappear. Question: which children have the permanent happiness of having found the Father? Answer: the children who forge all relationships with the Father, and those who make effort to stay in remembrance of the one Father, and those who don't remember any bodily beings, have permanent happiness. When you have remembrance of bodily beings, you will have to cry a great deal. Those who are to become the masters of the world would never cry. This Dadi Gulzarji used to always say that, of course, we have all relationships with Baba, and sometimes we say that we always give special significance to one of the relationships and we forge that with Baba. Suppose we remember Baba as the teacher, but we must have that experience of every relationship with Baba. Sometimes we give preference to one relationship, however, but we should always have the experience of all kinds of relationships. Otherwise, of course, then our intellect will be drawn towards that relationship. Suppose if I have not considered Shiv Baba as my mother, then my attention would be drawn towards my physical mother. Suppose if I don't have experience of a Baba as my friend, then I remember all other friends. So we should always have the experience of all relationships. Maybe you may remember Baba in any one of the roles. The song "Don't Forget the Days of Your Childhood." Today we are laughing and don't make us cry tomorrow. Om Shanti. The Father says, sweet children, don't forget that you are the children of the unlimited Father. If you forget this, you will make yourselves cry and your intellects will be drawn to this dirty world. By having remembrance of the Father, you experience super sensuous joy. This happiness disappears if you forget the Father. Constantly remember that you are Baba's children. Otherwise, you will make yourselves cry. All are the children of God. All say, "O Baba, O Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, protect us." However, no one knows when you receive protection from the Father. None of the sages or holy men, they know when you receive liberation or liberation in life from the Father, because they have said that God is in every particle. You children now know the unlimited Father. He is the most beloved Father, and there is no one as lovely as Him. It's a great mistake not to know such a Father. Why do people celebrate the birthday of Shiv? Who is he? No one knows this. The Father says, you have become so senseless. Bindu sister, how much you have become senseless. Look what Maya or Ravan has made you. You children now know this is my birthplace. And just remember whose children you are. You are the children of God, and look at your present condition. And Baba says, what have you become? Now you children know that this is my birthplace. I come, who is saying? Shiv Baba says, Baba's birthplace is this land. I come every 5,000 years. They say he will come after 40,000 years when the Iron Age comes to an end. The picture of the Trimurti is shown, and they have also named a road that is Trimurti Road, but no one knows the three images of Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar in picture. In Delhi also we have this. Of course, there the three idols are made. The residence of Nehruji, it was there, and now it has become the museum of Prime Minister. The junction which is in front of that, there are three idols, and the road is named as the Trimurti Road. But no one knows the three images, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar in the picture. What did Brahma do? What do Vishnu and Shankar do? Where do they reside? People don't know anything. They are in complete darkness. The Father is the creator. This creation of his is so large. The play is unlimited. There is an unlimited number of human beings in it. When it became the golden age 5,000 years ago, when it was the kingdom of Lakshmi Narayan in Bharat, there was no other kingdom. They say Goddess Sri Lakshmi and God Sri Narayan. They even refer to Ram or Sita as God Ram or Goddess Sita. Where did God Narayan and Goddess Lakshmi come from? They ruled in the past, but not a single one knows their life story. They just simply continue to sing that God is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. But how he is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness doesn't sit in anyone's intellect. What happiness did he give everyone? When did he give everyone happiness? And when did he remove everyone's sorrow? When did he give everyone happiness? What was that happiness which was given? That's the super sensuous joy. They don't know anything. You children are now studying Raj Yoga in order to become like Goddess Lakshmi or God Narayan. You also know that God Brahma or Goddess Sita will also be created here. You will complete your 8 births in the golden age and you will go into the kingdom of Ram or Sita. You are establishing... Which children are being taught by Baba? Banarasi brother. Of course, to us children, if it was such a simple answer, I wouldn't have asked you this question. Prakash brother. Baba teaches Dr. Gupta. Can we have some more answers? Who teaches? Which children are being taught? Harish brother. Baba teaches the kings, the souls who are to become the kings. Who are we who are sitting here? Can you say? Of course, the kings. We are the self-sovereigns. Baba just makes us those self-sovereigns. That is, Baba just reminds us of the seat. You are the king. You are the master of your sense organs. These sense organs are your subjects. You have to control your subjects. Baba has given us the seat of the king. So Baba doesn't teach, God doesn't teach the ordinary beings. Baba of course teaches those that quality soul. So we should always have the intoxication. Who are we? We are the kings. We are the master of this bodies. So like the soul is the master of the body, the master of the sense organs, the subtle sense organs. So Baba says, you are establishing your unlimited kingdom for 21 births here. You gods and goddesses are becoming the masters of heaven. Heaven is not up in the sky. No one knows this. They have completely degraded intellects. They say, so and so went to heaven. However, they don't understand anything. Acha, will all the Christians or Buddhists go to heaven? They come later and establish their own dharma. So how could they go to heaven? They don't even know what's referred to as heaven. Sannyasis say they merge into the light. Which world is called heaven? Where people are ignorant of the knowledge of the desire. They are ignorant of the knowledge of even the trace of sorrow. They are ignorant of the knowledge of any knowledge of the lack of the attainments, and they are totally ignorant of the knowledge of the vices. They don't even have the knowledge of what? That's called heaven, where these four things don't exist. People say, the sannyasis say that they merge into the light, and some say they go to the land of nirvana. That's the world. Of course, that's the world in nirvana. That is the place of residence, so there is no question of light merging into the light. If they were to merge into the light, the souls would be destroyed, their existence itself would be finished, and the whole play would finish. No soul can be liberated from this drama. No one can attain the eternal liberation. No one understands the meaning of this song, nor does anyone even understand the meaning of liberation in life. Baba says, when Baba doesn't get the eternal liberation, so there is no point in children receiving that. They don't understand the meaning of souls or the Supreme Soul either. The Father says, your faces are those of human beings. They are the same as those of the deities. They became deities at the beginning of the Golden Age, and their kingdom lasted for 2500 years. Then in the remaining 2500 years, all the rest of the religions came. Instead of saying the duration of the cycle is 5000 years, they say that the duration of the kalpa tree is hundreds of thousands of years. But they still won't come to understand what you explain. Only those who came and understood these things in the previous cycle will come again. First of all, explain that renunciation which the sannyasis adopt by leaving their homes and families, going into the jungles, is limited. At first they were Sato Pradhan. Now they have become Tamo Pradhan. They have come back from the jungles and they have built huge palaces. They used to stay in jungles. Now they come and reside in cities and they have built their own palaces. Those sannyasis have definitely supported Bharat on the basis of their purity. They have served Bharat. Baba sings the praise of the saints and sannyasis because if the saints weren't there in the copper age, if they didn't have the power of purity, then Bharat would have burnt in the fire of the vices. That's why Baba always praises and he gives that regard to the saints and sannyasis wholeheartedly. Baba says, they have served Bharat. If it weren't for the religion of renunciation, Bharat would have completely burnt away in vice and become completely impure. This drama is predestined. At first they had the power of purity with which they supported Bharat. When it was the kingdom of deities, Bharat was so wealthy. They had huge palaces studded with diamonds. Baba says even the term that is used in Hindi, that is Bharat, Ba, which means it's filled with that light, or the then Ra means entertainment. Because this term says that there was abundance. Ra means entertainment, because Bharat's culture, it's very rich. Its heritage is very rich. What was the culture of the deities? We still could find the traces of its existence. We were rich in that culture and that heritage. And Tha, which means we were spiritually rich. So this was the meaning of the term which is used in Hindi, that is Bharat. So Baba says when the Bharat was so wealthy and they had huge palaces studded with diamonds, where did they go? They all went down below. They say that Lanka and Dwaraka sank beneath the sea. They don't exist now. There used to be the palaces of gold. Since they were able to put diamonds in the temples, what wouldn't they have had there? Baba says, what wouldn't have had there? You children should have so much happiness. Baba has come once again. Baba just shows these diamonds and the palace is studded with. There is this country called Burma, and sisters used to just relate. We find these gemstones in few mines. Ruby, that gemstone's name is ruby. It's the very expensive gems. The world's famous pillar, that's of the Buddha. Of course, museum was built. Those all those things were just held. So even if we see this kind of abundance in Burma at this time, so what wouldn't be there in Bharat when it was the golden age? So Baba says, Baba has come once again. He says, remember the Father. You only have to remember the one through whom your sins are absolved, but you forget this and remember bodily beings. There is no benefit in remembering bodily beings. The Father says, just constantly remember me alone. Don't remember bodily beings. Even if your mother dies, eat halwa. Only by having remembrance of, even if someone dies also. Dadi Nirmal Shanta. Of course, I think that's also taken up here. When Jashoda Mataji just left her mortal coil, the Shanta sister of Bikaner, she used to stay in Delhi. When her mom just left her mortal coil, Baba used to say, a child, mother dies, you have to eat halwa. She's of Karol Bagh. When she reached there, that was the day of Bhog, and halwa was of course prepared. It doesn't, this phrase doesn't mean that if someone leaves the mortal coil, you should make halwa. Your state of mind should be like that. Sometimes we take in a very different way that Baba said if mother dies, you have to make halwa. It's not to be taken in a gross way. It's the metaphor which is used irrespective of whatever happens. We must not remember the bodily beings, because don't remember bodily beings and experience sorrow. So you earn income. Baba says, only by having the remembrance of the one Father is there an income earned. We are the children of Shiv Baba. We have to claim our inheritance from him. If you don't remember the Father at this time, you will have to repent and cry a great deal. What need is there for those who are to become the master of the world to cry? It's only when you forget the Father, Maya slaps you. In last morning's Murli also Baba said that if you don't remember Baba, Maya would slap you and make you remember Baba. That's why Baba tells you again and again. Why does Baba tell you to remember his inheritance? Why does he say so? Baba reminds us that what were you were. The inheritance doesn't mean the physical property or any monetary value. It is the stage, that the most elevated stage. What's the inheritance of God? That is not the material possession or something in material. The wealth or the affluence even the people of the world have today, but that's not. What does Baba give? Baba just uplifts us so much spiritually that rest of the things just follow. That's why always just remind yourself of the most elevated stage. Who were you? You were the master of the world. You have to remember that. So the Lord of Immortality wouldn't have just sat and told the story of immortality to Parvati alone. There must definitely have been many there. The Father explains to all human beings, now don't become impure. Become pure in this last birth. There are no vices in heaven. If there were vices in heaven too, then what's the difference between the hell and heaven? People sing the praise of deities. You are full of virtues. You are 16 celestial degrees full. The God comes and makes everyone into gods and goddesses. No one except God can make you that. There is only one God. The kingdom of gods and goddesses is remembered. There would be the same king, the queens and subjects there, but they wouldn't be called a god or goddesses. That's called the original eternal deity religion. No one knows this. The Father also explains this to Brahma. So Baba says there are two souls. One is of Shiv Baba Father, the other one is Dada Brahma Baba. The soul takes 84 births and the other soul is beyond rebirth. That is, Brahma Baba's soul takes 84 births and Shiv Baba's soul is beyond rebirth. The Father never takes rebirth. He only comes once and teaches us Raj Yoga in order to make the whole world pure. The Father explains to you, I enter this one and this one has experienced 84 births. This is the last of his many births. I'm incorporeal. So how do I come to teach you children Raj Yoga? Nothing happens by inspiration. There can't be the versions of Sri Krishna. How could he come? He's the prince of the golden age. Suppose Baba gives the inspirations. Your receiving set is so amazing, or it's of that great quality to catch signals or inspirations? So does the receiving set, or does my intellect is so clear and clean to catch signals? The other aspect is Baba plays the role of a teacher. So Baba says you have degraded yourselves through your actions. That's why you have to elevate yourself also through the actions. That's why he comes into the field of the action and he just teaches the karma philosophy. Third aspect is The term which is mentioned, that's called Sri Krishna speaks, that is God speaks, that refers to Sri Krishna. So in the golden age there weren't any conflicts or war, so how could he come in the golden age? Because it's shown in the scriptures that Sri Krishna gives the knowledge in the war field, and Sri Krishna is the one who is 16 celestial degrees full. So why is it being taken into the copper age? He should come first. The father explains, first remember the father, otherwise Maya will slap you very hard. There is the touch me not plant that wilts when you touch it. And the moment situation comes, we just wilt. The moment the situation disappears, then we become okay. I don't have to describe anything. Your condition also becomes the same. When you don't remember the father, everything finishes. You heard in the song, don't forget the days of your childhood. If you forget the father, everything finishes. You heard in the song, don't forget the days of your childhood. If you forget the father, you will be hurt in one way or another. The father says, you are my children, your bodies have been created with poison, and those are the physical parents of your bodies. That one is the incorporeal father, and this is the spiritual father. This was limited, now become unlimited. Who is he? That is Brahma Baba. Look at this worldly daughter, that is Dadi Nirmal Shanta. She's sitting here. This one is worldly one, spiritual one, as well as the one from beyond. Dadi always used to say, and there is a book also with this title, that is 3 in 1. Shiv Baba doesn't have any brothers or sisters, neither worldly nor spiritual nor from beyond. Of course, Dadi Nirmal Shantaji had that intoxication that all of you have 2 fathers, whereas I have 3 at the confluence age. So look at the difference. Belonging to the one father isn't just like going to your aunt's home. To forge all relationships with such a father takes time. It takes great effort to stay in remembrance of Shiv Baba. There are even such children who have been around for 50 years. They don't remember Shiv Baba throughout the whole day. It takes a lot of effort to forget everyone else and remember the one. Some remember Baba, the concentration. Baba says, some remember Baba 1%, some remember 2%, and some hardly remember him even 0.5%. Of course, this is the highest destination. The father explains, don't forget your childhood. You received the inheritance of heaven from the father. You know that you have died alive, have come to belong to the father in order to go to that new world. Therefore, you should have permanent happiness. Oh, we will become double crowned. People don't know why those deities were said to be the 16 celestial degrees in the golden age and then the 14 celestial degrees. They don't know anything at all. The sculptures of the path of devotion will be created again. The Hatha Yoga and the pilgrimages will exist again. But what will happen through them? Will anyone go to heaven through them? No. People do many things with occult power. There are many with that occult power. Thousands of people chase after them. They make watches. They perform such wonders. A watch comes, suddenly emerges from the sky. You feel it's the magic. Baba says that and all happens with the occult power and people just chase. What's the magic which is taught by Baba? That can't be taught by anyone else in the world. What's that? It's the magic. It's the wonder. God doesn't perform the things that even ordinary human beings do. He does such wonders which can't be performed by anyone in the world. So, so Baba's greatest wonder is creating an army of such pure souls. Everyone would be they would be just wonderstruck. They would be amazed even, and they ask. So all the souls, all the people who stay here, they imbibe the virtue of purity. We say they stay in their respective homes, in their business fields, but the daily study, that's the wonder of the God. To purify the entire world, that's the wonder. Just doing something in a gross way or showing some kind of magic, it's not a big deal. So Baba says they don't understand, and that all of that is for temporary period. A lot of effort has to be made for that. There are even books from which you can earn occult power. Hundreds of thousands chase after them. You children know that you are receiving that inheritance of heaven from Baba. Nothing you see with your eyes will remain. Baba says you came bodiless. You played your parts through these bodies. If you were told the account of 8.4 million births, it would take 12 months. That's impossible. It's very easy to tell you the account of 84 births. You continue to go around the cycle of 84 births. When the Sun dynasty exists, the Moon dynasty doesn't exist. When the Sun dynasty comes to an end, then the Moon dynasty comes into existence. You now know that you are the Brahman clan and you will become the DT clan, DT dynasty. We are Brahmins. You will not find the progeny of Brahman clan. The clan exists. Then we have to become the deity dynasty. That's why you are studying this knowledge. After coming down the ladder, you will become the merchant and the Shudra clan. You have now remembered the 84 births. You have to remember the cycle, and by remembering the Father, you will become ever healthy, ever wealthy. Your sins will be cut away. If you just understand the cycle, you will become the rulers of the globe. What do you understand? You know that. What do you know? Our Mumbai brother. What do you know? What do you know? Baba says this old world is going to be a graveyard. Nothing will remain. Everything will be finished. It's already. Do you think it's going to become a graveyard, or has it already become? It's already. Do you feel if anyone would go and visit the graveyard and say such a wonderful plant is planted, or wonderful building, or wonderful things are there in graveyard? Baba says no. Just remember Mama. When someone asked Mama never looked at any of the things of this graveyard even. So this old world is just like graveyard. Nothing will remain, everything will be finished. It is said Ram went, Ravan went. The family of Ram in the golden age will be very small. The family of Ravan is so big, and Ravan went. You children know that the kingdom is being established. First, there has to be some effort made for everything. The Baba inspires you to make effort. Children, remember me. Will you not remember the Father from whom you received the limitless sovereignty of heaven? The Father reminds you that you were the masters of heaven. Now make effort and become the masters of heaven once more. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children. And we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The essence for Dharna, the first one, don't become like a touch me not plant in any situation. Don't forget your godly childhood unbuilt. See, but don't see whatever you see with your eyes. Second, only by having remembrance of the one Father do you earn an income. So don't cry by remembering bodily beings. Remember the Father and the inheritance. Claim the sovereignty of the world. Today's blessing. May you become an embodiment of power on the basis of following elevated directions and thereby stay beyond an influence of the company of Maya. There is a complaint from some children which is that their relatives don't listen to them, they don't have a good company, because of this they can't become powerful. However, you are blessed as an embodiment, being an embodiment of this knowledge, be an embodiment of power. Therefore, make your stage unshakable on the basis of following elevated directions. Observe each one's part as a detached observer. Remain stable in playing your Sato Guni part. Constantly stay in the Father's company. You will not be colored by any other color of the company of Tamo Guni souls. Slogan: a karma yogi is one who, while being seated on the branch of the kalpa tree of actions, stays beyond when performing actions. Today's subject signal. Some children have particular types of nature. They continue to just move along with that nature even against their conscious wish. They say, I don't want to do it, but it's my nature. Similarly, you children should have such easy and simple natures that everyone experiences you to be easy and natural yogis. What can I do? How can I have yoga? All those things finish. You are constantly cooperative, that is yogi. By making this one aspect your natural nature, you will become perfect in all subjects. Mama's speciality. Mama had played the most elevated role in sustaining us children. That's why her title, which was given to her, was Goddess of Goddess, and except her, no one would receive the title. She imbibed the knowledge of Shiv Baba. That's why she became the Goddess of Knowledge. That's why always people remember the Goddess Saraswati when they just start before studying or before taking up any course. Today's Satguruvar and Bhog will be offered to Baba. Of course, the arrangements are being made for the 21st June and in Delhi. Of course, the construction work is going on at that Red Fort, and of course tents are being installed. There is the theme that is healthy age, something like that, where we have small children, then youth, and all other seniors. This was the theme of the government. Om Shanti. All the surrendered brothers and sisters, all those sisters and brothers from who haven't collected their clothes, those who would like to take their things from the cloth, the available, you will just come to the conference hall and take your things and be available at conference hall, where respected Munni Didiji will come and meet all of you at 11:30 a.m. Today's Satguruvar, and the Bhog is also on behalf of the Shantamani sister, and the Bhog is also on behalf of BK brother of the BK colony, and all those brothers and sisters who have received the slips. You can just be at Dadiji's meeting hall, where the trans messenger sister comes and meets all of you. And tomorrow's Amrit Vela and Murli class will be in conference hall, BK colony, and tomorrow Peace Park Bhatti will start. All the sisters of BK colony and other sisters who have just enrolled your names, you can just reach the transport department at 5 p.m. and 6:30 to 7:30 there will be yoga. Just take care of your winter wear, because the weather is little cold there. Om Shanti. Now let's remember Baba till the trans messenger comes and offers Bhog to Baba. It was informed to me just a while ago. The respected Shantamani Dadi, who had sustained this sacrificial fire right from the beginning, who have seen Dadi. Dadi was Mama's cousin. She was just like resembling Mama, of course. She was amazing. She was spiritual. Dadi, when just she entered the field of service in the beginning, Dadi, she was with respected Gulzar Dadiji. And Baba sent you to Kathmandu to serve the kings of Nepal. Of course, Dadi also used to look like she was from the quality of that family. That's why she was sent to Nepal. Then post that she just came to Madhuban, where she was to just manage all the sevadaris. Dadi used to just revise the Murli. She used to conduct the classes at night. And Dadiji's Dadi's the speciality which was visible. She was too matured. If someone says something to Dadi, it was like getting merged in the ocean. She was a completely introvert. She was a yogi. She had a very small room. Even if you just combine these two sofas, that was the space of his room, of her room. It was 5 by 10. Dadi, we were also very young when we came here, and Dadi used to just inspire us doing the service. That was a very small room, and Dadi, how Vishnu just how it is always portrayed in the pictures, that the posture of the Vishnu lying down. She was just lost in Baba's remembrance, and her pose was that of a Vishnu lying on the bed. If someone had come, Dadi wasn't even knowing that someone entered. This was the ruling and the controlling power she had over herself. Such a Dadi, after doing everything, she always remained incognito. Never. We have never seen her we have never seen her on stage or in the front end. But she was managing the entire sacrificial fire, but she was very incognito. From where does she receive that power? How does she speak with the sisters and brothers? She used to do everything in Shantivan, but nothing was known. Such a Dadi. She was the only Dadi. Everyone is just unique in their own ways. All the Dadis, of course, and she had, because Dhyani Dadi was Mama's aunt, and she had that. Of course, they were related. Let's remember such a great soul. We aren't remembering any bodily being here. We remember Baba, and however, we have that regard for all the ancestor souls of the sacrificial fire. It's very essential to even express that regard for these souls. So let's offer bhog to Baba. Shanti. Om Shanti. I reached the subtle region to offer book to Baba. As soon as I reached the subtle region, I told Baba there is the book of 2-3 special souls. Of course, the love-filled remembrance was taken from everyone and just brought here. And of course, there were the wishes and remembrance of Dadi, and there is this brother from BK Colony and the Meenakshi sister from Madurai. And there were the wishes or the remembrance of other souls as well. While giving the remembrance, Baba started telling that, child, just see, this is the very unique system of the Confluence Age, whose remembrance we have. Baba also just emerges children according to that. Of course, their remembrance will definitely reach the Father. So these children, wherever they have gone or whichever swing, that is whichever place they have gone to just serve, and whenever the bhog is offered, their remembrance definitely reaches. And Baba just was telling that, which let the way be anything, but remember. So, of course, when we remember or when we send wishes to anyone through our thoughts or in whatever way, but of course everyone's signal would be always upwards, just like it is said for the deities. They just believe in they believe Sri Krishna or Ram. Even the devotees always show their signals upwards. So Baba's children who are instruments, those who are cooperative in Baba's task, of course their remembrance is automatically it comes to Baba's children. Of course, those souls also have the natural remembrance of Baba, because you children also know that. So if something is to be attained, that inheritance has to be received, that's only received from Baba. We don't receive, any bodily being cannot make you attain anything, or nor he gives his inheritance. So while relating this, of course, Bhog was in front of Baba. because when I just give the remembrance, Baba just emerges those children. That is, Dadi Shantamaniji was emerged, and Baba said, "Look, child, look at the fortune of this child. Look at the great fortune of this child. This child also has chosen the June month, just like Mama's month is very special. Particularly in this child's life. Always her form was very cool, just like the Devis or the goddesses have different forms and they are worshipped in various forms. Whereas this child, when she was in her corporeal medium, she was a goddess of coolness. She was a conqueror of attachment. She always could make her incognito, just like Baba just reveals the children, and children also reveal the father. Baba was just relating for Dadi that child's bhavana for Baba and Mama, it was filled with so much love. So with that love, whomever she used to sustain, even Baba used to feel. Seeing this child, Baba also was proud sometimes. While looking at Shantamani Dadiji's side, Baba, I just told, Dadi, I have got Bhog as well as the special love remembrance from everyone down. Because when, just like how we used to see her Sakar form, then Baba started telling, child, though this child had made her state of mind completely beyond, even while living in her body. She was just smiling while Baba said this. And that also, it's one of the very elevated stages. Bhog was also for on behalf of other souls, and other souls were also emerged. While emerging such children, Baba just fed Madhuban's Bhog. And Baba said, the Bhog which is made at Baba's home, that is Madhuban, it has so much power. So children also have that, they send their wishes or remembrance, and they also inform, they also especially have the Bhog when they come across any challenges or any obstacles. Those obstacles also would be finished, just like it was said on the path of devotion, that devotees always offer something to God, and with some wish, and Baba of course gives the fruit of their bhavana. Here Baba, he is the ocean of all kinds of happiness, and Baba also gives all kinds of happiness to his children, because Baba is the ocean of happiness. And while saying this, Baba just fed Bhog to all those souls on behalf of whom the Bhog was there, and he also gave the love-filled remembrance to all their family members. And while carrying that love-filled remembrance, I just reached the physical world. Om Shanti. Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Prakash Maniji. At the time of destruction, Pandavas were those who had a loving intellect towards God, whereas Kauravas were those who had a contrary intellect, that is, they had a non-loving intellect. The reason for narrating this is the time of destruction, and this is the time where you have come to become the one who has loving intellect towards God, to become victorious, victorious and victorious. The one, even the rosary of the Vaijayanti is also praised for such ones. So at this time, if you become those with a loving intellect, so you too will become victorious Pandavas. Along with that, you will become worthy of the Supreme Soul's love, and you become heirs to his self-sovereignty. We become self-sovereigns. Om Shanti.